Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 3, back again to do some more, well, of the things in Train Sim World 3, and back again on the West Cornwall Local. Doing this because as I stream/record this, the video's just gone live on me on the West Cornwall Local. So I thought, well, why not do a proper full line run in that? So that's what we're going to do in the Class 150 initially anyway, going from just outside St Austell, where we are here, all the way down to Penzance. And then we'll come back in something else and do something else. If you're watching this on YouTube, then hello. This is going out on a Saturday still, because that's when it's going out. Other train-related content is some Train Sim Classic going out on a Wednesday. Something maybe going out on a Monday. Alternating as this goes out is some Portal on a Friday. There'll be links in the description below to where you can get this route for Train Sim World 3. There'll be a link down there to a Twitch page as well. We can watch me live on Twitch doing this sort of stuff. And a link down there to my Discord server also. So yes, inside, we're not far outside St Austell. So let's do the releasing the brakey thing would probably be a good idea. We're rolling backwards, so some backwards rolling is happening. Oh no, we're fine, moving forward now. Yeah, that would have been, well, interesting, just rolling backwards out of St Austell. Oh yeah, this isn't rapid, is it? There appears to be a train there. Is it sort of in the way a little bit? No, we're okay. And I know, yes, we're late as well, but it's fine. No one's expecting these things to be on time. Well, why would you expect things to be on time? We are only a 2-car, aren't we? Oh, I wonder why there's 2 spaces there. That's because we're a 2-car. Right, we'll do the stopping thing up here. Hang on. And then we'll look and see where it is we're going. Well, Penzance, but I'm sure there'll be some stoppy places in between where we are here and the Penzance. There we go. Right, unlocky the doorsy. Let's do that and that. There you go. Where are we going? I don't know. Let's have a look. Penzance? No. Eventually. St Austell. Truro. Redruth. Camborne. Good thing it's not Wednesday. Hale. St Earth. Penzance. It's a bit of a trek. Dovetail put a pacer in yet? Not yet. It has yet to appear. One day. Okay, 1.4 miles to the go via, it would seem. Is there going to be some going forward? Oh, yeah, no, let's get going forward. Going forward is happening. All of the beans. Oh, that's quite smoky. Right. Towards the place. I can't remember where it was next. Truro? No. Yeah, Truro. Slowly, very, very slowly. We are doing the uphill thing, so that would account for some of the slowliness. Is slowliness a word? I was trucking last night. Good. See, I never used to be a fan of these with the, you know, the little window thing you look out of. But I quite like it now. Mainly because it's diesel. And I do like a diesel. Yeah, it's not sort of building up much speed though. Yeah, I thought I'd do a couple of well, I don't want to do UK stuff tonight, but I was going to work our way up the country because of the upcoming Edinburgh to Glasgow to Edinburgh route that's coming out in a couple of weeks' time. I thought I'd do I was going to do something up country, then I was going to do Cathcart Circle next week, and then Edinburgh to Glasgow. So we will still do Cathcart Circle next week. Before the Edinburgh to Glasgow then comes out. You see the inside of a train. Now you see a train. That was the inside of a train. Well, a bit of the inside of the train. I don't know why I backed off the throttle then either. It was a thing that happened. You also hear some weird person. No, that's you. You're talking to yourself again. Oh, hang on, we got a red. I should be doing the preparedness to do the stoppy thing then, shouldn't I? In the amount of time that we've got before we have got to do the stop. Oh no, we got a green now. Well, I was just about to do the stopping. Fine. Well, we'll do the going again then. So yeah, all the way to Penzance with this from the St Austell place via there's some places in. I went through them. You weren't here. It's not my fault. Via some places. You see a train and hear a mental Italian taxi driver. Ciao bella. Never been to Italy. I think I'd fit in well. Oh god, okay, that's alright, that was quite cornery. That was definitely quite cornery. Why are we only doing 45 of the speeds? Have I released the brakes? No, brakes have been released. Oh, no, there we go. Right, onwards. 11 miles to Truro. Are we actually going to get this? What is the max of speed? 75. I don't think we'll get to that, will we? Not on this line down to Penzance. Oh, hang on, we're going downhill now. You notice, see how I picked a route that was similar in time to the actual time? I was going to actually start, you know, the stream to match the time of the thing, but I didn't. So this was, I just said this? I don't know, I was thinking it. This was double track then at one point, because, you know, the bit to the left where there would have been another track. That's a giveaway, really. If there's a space for a second track and you can see where a second track would have been, it probably was the track of the second. Our words are really tough. I should just, like, a series of clicks and things I think I should just stick to. Shorty, 26 moths. Getting old as me. I'm 23. 24 in a number of weeks. Thank you very much, Shorty. That is a long time. Is it all downhill to Truro? Just don't speak, it's easier. I could try that, but it wouldn't last long. A bit like trying to shut you up, Crispy. People try. The only time I'm quiet is when I'm either asleep or eating, which is probably very similar to you. Yeah, I've never been down here on the train. Really must do that one day. One day. One day I'll fly away. So make all the way. Make all the way? No. There's. Hang on. We'll try that again. We'll make our way. Well, I'll make my way. I don't know what you're doing. To the Penzance, and then we'll try something coming the other way. Maybe in something old and diseasily, and see what we can do. That's a lot of combinations of underscores and letters and numbers in there. But hello. I appear to be now doing a slowing down thing as we're going uphill. Let's give it some of the beans. Was I 23 in the picture sat in a bowl? Well, of course I wasn't 23 then, because I wasn't taken this year, was it? I'm not that tiny. I'm not like crispy sized. Right, we're now going slightly... You're taller now. Keep map measuring going, Crispy. Every day, give it a measure. So yeah, we're going to some places. I've gone through this once, you weren't here. Truro, Redruth, Camborne, good thing it's not Wednesday, Hale, St Earth, Penzance. St Earth, where I started from on the video that went out on YouTube. You know, shameless plug. So what actually runs on these now then? Train Geeks. Is it the 150 still? What's running down here? It's obviously going to be something diesel, isn't it? Because there's no electrocuted lines down here. Eventually, I should imagine the main line down to Penzance is going to be electrified. It's still 150s. Okay. Perhaps I need to go down here then and travel on a 150. See if it's as bad as I think it is. That's actually not that bad. It does sound quite nice. Yeah, I can get to Penzance straight from where I am here. But then this is the line that goes from St Austell to Penzance. So you could change at Truro. So I could get off the train to Penzance at Truro, then come back to St Austell if I wanted to, and then go back down to Penzance. I'd love to do the St Earth to St Ives. I imagine that gets really busy in the summer. You know, see if I can meet the 7 kittens, 7 wives, 7 elephants and 7 giraffes or whatever it is. So yeah, 5.43 of the miles, 7 elephants. Yeah, that's the extra verse they put in at the end. You think you remember the man with 7 elephants, wouldn't you? If you're walking to St Ives. Why would you be walking to St Ives? I don't know. Did you miss the train? Oh, we've got a bit of double action going on. Play Misty for me. got lost in the woods. Was it Ed? Was there a combine harvester involved? Oh, it does look good. See, you've definitely got to love Train Sim World. Oh, look at that. You've got to love Train Sim World, haven't you? Look at it. That looks so good. If I could, there you go, bring the throttle the right way, it'd probably help. Thumbnail. Oh God. Okay, there's people. I take a lot of care and attention and a lot of thought goes into my thumbnails for YouTube. As you can tell. That was it. Oh, well, yeah, it's definitely getting a bit froggy. Frogginess is happening. I was going to do London Commuter. I really do like London Commuter. That's definitely up there as one of my favourites in the Train Sim World thing. I am looking forward to Edinburgh to Glasgow because there's going to be announcements on the train as well. So that I'll be doing in 2 weeks' time, or probably before. As soon as I'm able to show it to you, I will. So if it means I've got to jiggle, if I've got to jiggle around one of the evening streams, as soon as I'm able to stream it and show you it before its release, I will do that. Release is on the 26th. You've got to have a jiggle a little bit. It's got to be dark in here. I don't even know if this is going to go out on YouTube before its release. No, this is going on YouTube after it's released. So that'll be going out. Oh God, they're going to be out of sequence now, aren't they? It doesn't matter. I don't go chasing YouTube viewers and things. The weather is definitely doing a thing. Twitch is superior. You are the superior being, Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, this evening we have more trucking. We did trucking yesterday. If that wasn't enough of the trucking, we're back this evening in the Scandinavias in Pro Mods 2.64, and I'll be in a Scania G series, not a Scania G string. I'll be wearing a G string whilst in a Scania G, but that's a whole different thing. That's this evening. And then tomorrow may or may not be coming from a new farm in the Farm Sims. No, I quite like the look of the G. I did the small one last time. That's dark. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, I hope the weather improves. Make it down to Penzance. It's a song, isn't it? You're good, aren't you, Crispy? Sound of Silence. It's from the Disturbed version of the Sound of Silence. I think that'd be up there in my top 10 of all time songs. It is so good. Right, we're doing the braking thing, heading down into, well, hopefully we can see Truro, because there's some yeah, there's definitely some weather is happening, because it is January. Is this going to go on? No, it will go. This is going to go on the YouTubes in January as well. Just. Right, we are arriving, hopefully, at some point A Truro. It's very nice, Truro. Wow, brakes are good. And stop it. Come on, passengers, get on my train. You don't want to be going to where that one's going. Where's that one going then? If that's in a bay platform, where's that going? That's going to Penzance as well. Why is that in a bay platform? Is that just going to Truro and they're not going anywhere else? No one's getting on my train. Come on, people. You want to go to Penzance? Surely Penzance is lovely. Even if it is a bit misty. Nope. Fine. Fine. Just fine. If you don't want to get on, fine. Red Roof is next. She fell in a pot of paint, that's why she's red. Connor, 10 of the months. Thank you very much, Connor. Well, that's going out as well to somewhere. It's not following me. A year after baby time. No. You really don't. You've got no concept of baby forming duration, have you, Shorty? Come on, up the hill we go. But why did Jack and Jill go up a hill to fetch a pail of water? Why didn't they? Surely, was there some sort of lake up there? It just, I don't know. It just seems ridiculous to me. And why was Jack wearing a crown? Was he king? If he's king, surely he should be going around, getting buckets of water. You'd have staff for that, wouldn't you? Go and get me a bucket of water. Yes, Your Majesty. Not, give me that bucket. I'm going to go up this hill with, Jill over here. Didn't he know that, water runs downhill? Some sort of foghorn type device thing going on with this, I think, to me. I brought a bucket and spade with me and everything. I'm going to go and build a sandcastle on the beach. Is there a beach at Penzance? Yes, there is actually, round in front of the thing. It's not really known for being beachy, I don't think. When you get round towards St Michael's Mount, it is. It is, well, we're not really, we're sort of inland at the moment, aren't we? Truro's inland. St Austell's on the coast. Red Roof's inland. It's nice to get down to, the place. That's probably, no, we're not say quite away inland. We are more inland than we're not inland. It's quite uphill. That was word. There was words. There was words. That was English good, wasn't it? There were words in there. There were bloody words. Can I do a... No. Destination blind is Penzance. What's that? Train stop override. What have we got up here? Nothing. Clipboard. Phone. Why have we got two phones? Oh, contact signaler and contact KFC on that one. Some sort of thing. What's that over there? What? That's pretty much what I've just said, Shorty. Is he just? Is this a? Are you? Is the medication run out or something? Is it? I know he doesn't pay attention to the Discord, but you know, you think sort of listening could be a thing. I know by now Crispy's attention spans, you know, dragged him off elsewhere. You're due to have medication at 12. Take it now. You're still here. Bloody hell. You go careful. This is definitely a lot of the uphill going on in the fogginess thing. You know, the difficult to see weather. It's all wet. Have you wet yourself? Because, you know, that would explain it. That's why God invented nappies. You haven't had me visible the whole time. Well, thanks. I knew you wouldn't because, well, it's you. Hopefully one of the many things you're doing at the same time as not watching me is doing the farm thing. Because I need to get that done before tonight's streamy thing. Yeah, potentially going to go on a new farm tomorrow, which actually could be one that could last us a while, but also being new and not Elm Creek. You can't be bothered dragging me to the... That's because the other one's about 4 miles away from where you sit, which I still think is extremely weird. We'll be doing some more flight again a week Wednesday, I want to say. Thursday. What day did we do it this week? Was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday, wasn't it? Yeah, so a week Thursday we'll be doing more flight. Wednesday you can join, so definitely Thursday then. I was going to say, yeah, yeah, we did OMSI, didn't we, this Wednesday? Yeah, we did OMSI this Wednesday, so that's coming back in 2 Wednesdays. I was going to do the thing beginning with R this Wednesday, and then the flying on the Thursday. Not this Thursday, the Thursday after. I know it's not confusing at all. There's things on days. I haven't quite made my mind up yet. Making your mind up. Why have I slowed down? It's definitely... It is. Tuesday. I was thinking. I think the new one, but is there enough to fill a couple of hours in the new one? I don't think there is there? So it might have to be the old one. Although the new, when I don't know. Actually, we could do that Thursday. We could do the construction-y thing on Wednesday, because there'll be 3 of us around then. That might work. See, thinking out loud hurts. Yeah. Tuesday trains carrying on from York. Wednesday construction sim. Thursday the R thing. Friday night is music night. No, it's not. Friday night we'll try Forza. Just, you know, in a hope. Saturday lunchtime, Train Sim World 3, which next week will be on the Cathcart Circle line. Before the release of the Edinburgh to Glasgow in Train Sim World 3 the week after. And then next Saturday night, something. That's a whole week away. 4 weeks today, there won't be a Train Sim World 3 stream at lunchtime. There won't even be a stream in the evening, unless it's not really annoying me and I get back here early. Then that could be a thing. We got our meet-up in London 4 weeks today. Going to the London Transport Museum and the Science Museum. I think we'll have enough time to get around the Transport Museum. That isn't going to be a problem. I think allowing ourselves about 3 hours to get round the Science Museum isn't going to be long enough. No, well, the earlier you get here on the Friday, the more chance we've got. So it's down to you. Get your ass out of bed earlier. Right, we have 1 mile or less than a mile now to Redruth. Yeah, Nico's coming down here on the Friday before the meet-up. And we're upgrading his PC. Right, Redruth. Wow, brakes are good on this. Not that we can see much in Redruth. Hope I've got a spare motherboard. Oh yeah, because I've got them just laying around. What you need to do before then, Nico, is take your side panel off and take a photo. That's quite squeaky. That's definitely quite squeaky. Right. So you've made it to... Where are we? Redruth. Yeah. Then we got Camborne, Hale, St Earth, and Penzance to go. And then we'll do another scenario going the other way. I haven't grabbed my little shaft, have I? It is quite a little shaft. Right, lock doors. Next stop, Camborne. Is the motherboard which has a spinning fan. The bit that everything's connected to. Big thing on its side in your case. The bit that your memory's plugged into, your processor's plugged into. Yeah, the bit with the lines on. That's a good way to describe it. Right, 40 limit. Oh, no. 60 limit. Okay. Come on, you're going downhill. You should be able to do the speeding up thing now. Surprised these things are ever on time. I was waiting to change gear. There we are. Like it's just, it feels like it was bouncing off the rev limiter. Yeah, I do hope the weather clears up when we get to Penzance. You sent it to me, have you? Am I in that mood? Shall I? Shall I? Good morning. Gamera Boy 4312. Yeah, I'm definitely in that mood. Went to bed last night, which is generally a good thing to do at night. Feeling slightly worn out. I thought, right, have a lie in the morning. Nothing to get up for. 5:30 this morning. Bing! Wide awake. So, oh, for God's sake. But in quite a good mood for a Saturday. Saturday, 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 Saturday night's alright. Right, 1.2 of the miles to the Camborne, provided we can see it. See, there aren't much choice. There aren't much choice. That was good English, wasn't it? There isn't much choice of DMUs to use on this route. I could set my own one up, but we'll have a look at some of the other scenarios to see what else we can bring back up the line. We've done the St Earth to St Ives. I put that out on the YouTube video today. That was early in the morning. That was quite a nice little run, that. Mr. Steve. I am doing good. Been busy and ill. I was like that last week. Well, ill. There's a lot of it going about, as they say. Or was that herpes? I did get the two confused. Oh, well, that's the thing. Right, so we are arriving at Camborne if I put the brakes on. Slightly overshooted, it's fine. There's the 101, which you can use on this line, I think. Yeah, we need more. More! Well, I suppose they were quite common, weren't they? Yeah, the 101's quite cool, but the whole gear changing thing's a bit of a faff. Okay, Hale is next. Yeah, I watched the video. I won't be getting it. It looks great, but is more detailing on a signal something you're really ever going to notice? No. So yeah, I'll be avoiding that one. Right, 5.5 miles. Yeah, I don't know. I've got the track enhancement pack. Doesn't seem to do much. I've got the weather pack. Doesn't seem to do much. I think I'm just going to stick with trains from AP. I must sort out the 31. I must get that, because there's a lot of routes where I could have used that. Right, downhill into Hale. In the mistiness of the mistiness. With the mistiness. Yeah, I suppose it's a difficult one to bring out enhancements for this because of the whole console thing. It is great we're getting more routes as well. Certainly looking forward to the Edinburgh to Glasgow. That's electric though, isn't it? Hopefully that's done quite well. No, someone mentioned that train operator thing the other day. Is it like just real video that you can just start and stop at stations? If it is, that just seems a bit odd. So it's just someone shoved a video camera looking out the window of a train and turned it into a game, basically. But surely once you've done it once, that's it. So you're basically just slowing down a pre-recorded video and stopping it at a station. Or you're just sitting there looking at a pre-recorded video that stops at a station and then you're opening some imaginary doors. That just seems a bit odd to me. Could it be me though? Right, 2.9 miles from Hale. Making our way down towards Penzance. We started in St Austell, and now it's waning the waney stuff. And we will do another trip going the other way when we get to Penzance. Hello, fellow train driver. I really hope they do the main line down here, because being able to do like Penzance to Plymouth would actually be quite cool. Because up to Truro it shares the same line, doesn't it? Or am I talking out of my proverbial? It's between Penzance and Truro the same line, and then this diverts off from Truro. So is all they've got to do to give us Penzance to Plymouth is just extend this line to Plymouth. Am I right? Is this the same? Is this the main line we're on now? I'm just trying to think the route that the main line goes. It doesn't go St Austell, does it? I'm going to have to do some Googling. Someone have a look on the British Railways, that shows my age, the National Rail Map. Yeah, I don't know at what point it's where the main line coming down from Exeter to Plymouth and then down to Penzance. What point does it branch off to go to St Austell? Newton Abbot. Yeah, but this doesn't go to Newton Abbot, does it? No, we didn't come from Newton Abbot. But I'm saying, at what point? So this is. Uh-oh. I am on the main line. Oh, okay, unlock doors. Okay, so this is the main line then that goes as far as St Austell. So there's the only thing stopping them giving us the whole Penzance to Plymouth is to go from St Austell to Plymouth. So which I could either do as a separate route to go St Austell to Plymouth, another hour. And then surely it's not within the realms of possibility to go, oh look, you've got both of them. Would you like to do the whole thing now? You can now do Plymouth to Penzance. Come on, Dovetail, sort it out. Because inevitably you're using this same bit of route then, aren't you? Right, St Earth. The Riviera line will be good on this. I almost think that's a given because you've got a good combination of stops as well, and that's about an hour, isn't it? Okay, so we've got St Earth and then Penzance. So St Earth is where the branch then goes off to go down to St Ives to see the 7 cats and 7 elephants and 7 giraffes. Or giraffe. Is it giraffes or giraffe? Is the plural of giraffes giraffe or is it giraffes? One giraffe, 2 giraffes. Is it 1 giraffe, 2 giraffe? It's giraffes. Doesn't sound right. What's that under the bed? Oh, it's 2 giraffes. Nah, see, it doesn't sound right. Giraffle. That's quite bad. As jokes go, that's definitely quite bad. They didn't have any badgers. The giraffe ate them. Giraffes, the long things with the long necks ate them. You could be a giraffe. You could. Giraffes aren't known for their beards. The plant-eating giraffe things ate the... exactly. Well, if humans can suddenly turn to be vegetabilists that we're not designed for, then I'm sure giraffe could go, I'll have a bit of meat, thanks very much. Exactly, we make the choice to eat the vegetables. Right, we have arrived at St Earth. So the smoke over there is the another 150 going down to St Ives, which was in my video. Went out on YouTube this morning. Go and give it a watch. It's quite funny. We're now carrying on though to Penzance. Obviously, if you're watching this on, no one's got this far on YouTube. But no, I'm kidding. Right, locking doors. That does sound good, going out. Right, release the things. I thought I was going to go backwards then. Yeah, tonight, by the way, back with some trucking in the Scandinavias. Tempted to go up some roads we've never been up before. We're going to play some music as well. And then tomorrow, farming, where we may, if Crispy pulls his finger out, don't put it there, Crispy, be on a new farm. Yeah, but what about the map thing, Crispy? Not that. Right, 2.9 miles to our go as indicated. Yeah, the map thing, not the finger thing. Yes, exactly. Don't get too confused. Oh, check that map I sent you though. There's a couple of different versions of it. So if you're going to do it on the right one. Hello, YouTube. No one's got this far on YouTube. No one. If you have, there's something seriously wrong with you. We really need to do train related. We will attempt over the next couple of weeks to do SimRail, because that's multiplayer. So we'll attempt to have a look at that as well in the next couple of weeks. Is the On Creek expansion on the mod hub? No. I don't think any tweaked version of a standard map will ever be on mod hub. So you can't have it on console, basically. And because console doesn't support 4 times maps. The new map we're looking at is another 4 times map as well, which is good because you get really big fields then. Yeah. Right, 2.5 miles, we've got the light that's the red coloured. Well, at least the frogginess has gone. What's the scaling like? Perfect. Right, so back off the throttle. 2 miles, we've got a red. And we're approaching Penzance. We'll do another run back the other way though, once we get to Penzance. In something blue and diesel, which is, I know that's what this is, but you know, something else blue and diesel. We'll see what other timetabled routes we've got that do the whole line run. Could be that. Was that a class 43? No, 50. Yeah, the 31, the 50, the 400. One of them, the blue thing that was in St. Earth. That one. Something like that. You know, the train thing. I don't know the numbers. They've all got numbers. I don't know them. Right, there's a yellow. Hopefully that'll change before I get to it. Hopefully. Just in case. Do a little bit of slowing down. Or stopping. Oh, bugger. I just forgot something I didn't buy when I went shopping this morning. These things that go through your head. Oh god, no, I got loads of jelly babies. Right, we've got a green. Rich tea biscuits is what I forgot to buy. I didn't write a list. I normally write a list and I didn't. I went off memory this morning. And I ate the last of them last night after the stream because I didn't have any tea. Oh, that's got to be a thing then, Crispy. Do they still make rich tea fingers? I don't know, I haven't seen any of those for a while. I've got biscuits, so don't panic, you know, it's not like the whole jelly baby running out thing the other day. I've got some custard creams. I think I've got some bourbons, so I should be fine. It's definitely a bit... No, 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 no. I've got plenty of jelly babies. It's definitely looking a bit rainy in Penzance. Might already been moist with St Michael's Mount. It was disappointing. I've been to St Michael's Mount once. Wasn't really, you know, didn't make me want to go back again. Yeah, but I going on holiday in the UK, having a rained out day is actually quite nice. I've had some brilliant days when I used to go camping. You know, you've got a rainy day, as long as you're warm and dry in the tent, getting the cards out, and spending a day playing cards or board, you know, Scrabble or whatever, actually can be really enjoyable. Right, so Penzance is coming up, then we'll grab another scenario and go the other way. Yeah, that may have been Carry On Abroad. I really must get down to Penzance. It's so nice down here. Maybe I should just spend the money and go on the train one day. Day trip to Penzance. How long it takes by train? What's the length of time by train from here? 4 hours for that? 5 hours? Oh yeah, St Ives can be a struggle. So last time I went, I parked up by the leisure centre and walked down. It was fine. Walking back up again, blimey. Right, we are arriving at Penzance. 7 hours. 7 hours? Yeah, I want to try and plan something, because I've said I want to go on the Lizzie line, not because I'm a train geek, but I think just to go on the Lizzie line. We were originally, when we go into London in 4 weeks' time, the original plan was to drive to Reading and go in on the Lizzie line. That's all changed. I'm sure if you would have expressed an interest, Crispy, he would have taken you with him, but I think there's only one sort of balls you're interested in. Right, so 1 hour and 7 minutes for that one. We will now pick another scenario then. You don't want to kick those ones. No, exactly. Fondor, I think, is the word of the day. Or lick. Hello, YouTube. Right, let's choose a route. So we'll do a timetable one. If we go something... What do you reckon? I think I've done the class 37. It's been a while since I've done the 37. Let's do the 37. Well, on the West Cornwall Local, because makes sense. Penzance doesn't Austell. Let's see if we can find something a bit later. Penzance to Paddington, as far as St Austell. That'll do. Let's put the weather. We can only do clear, can't we? Okay. Can we just have it? Let's not put the dynamic weather on. Let's just go custom weather clear. So we can actually see something. Right, unlock doors. Window open. Window open. Okay. Oh, hang on. Okay. Have we got a key we got to put in this thing? Is there a key with this? There isn't, is there? Master key, there it is. Haha, there we go. Yeah, I got it. Well, I think that's our thumbnail then, isn't it? Oh, listen to that. That sounds good. Right then. Oh, hang on. Does sound good. Who would be who? Exactly. I don't know who would be who. I would be Nora Batty. 5.5 hours on the train to Penzance and Swindon. £108 return. That's not bad for a day out. Crispy would definitely be compo. You can imagine him with wellies on with an L and an R on them. Change at Bristol and Plymouth. Change twice. We can get direct trains from Swindon to Penzance. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Right, making our way back to St Austell then. No, they're still running. Ah, it does sound good. Well, I can't see this being an on-time run, can you? Because I think this thing's slower than the 150. Although I know it's pulling more weight. A bit like Russell. This winter, Russell, we all are. I went to put a shirt on the other day to wear to work. I was like, it must have shrunk while it's been on the hanger. Something happened to it in like the 8 weeks or so since I last wore it. Can we be horny outside? You can, Crispy, just be really careful. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Where my clothes, where the stuff's hanging up in the bedroom is right in front of the radiator. So I think that's what it is. The radiator shrunk all my clothes. That's definitely what it is. Right, 3 miles to St. Earth. I just got a text then, and I thought it was from someone new, but it wasn't. What the hell is that thing on your PC? Well, you can't upgrade your memory. You've only got 2 slots. I would say, based on that cooler... Oh, you've only got a... what do we call it? The small motherboard thing. Okay, that could be a challenge. You just looked at it. I've been busy. Well, you send me a message, Crispy. I will forward you this picture I've just received. Ha-ha! Hi, Lee. Yeah, I think your PC might be a bit of a struggle there, Shorty. Right, 1.7 miles to St. Earth. In this rather... Oh, nice sounding Class 37. We're making our way back to St. Austell. Did you? Hang on, I've got to do multiple things now. There we go. That was complicated. Oh crap, hang on, braking. You sent that with confidence, did you? I think that's the wrong word. Okay, we might not be stopping. Yeah, we're definitely not. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah, this is... that... yeah. Brakes on this, particularly bad. Almost as old as me. What? I should have got the brakes in passenger mode. Oh, it didn't tell me that, did it? Well, you'd think they'd do that if they've connected it up to, you know, passenger trains, but that braking wasn't good, was it? We'll just do the backing up. It's fine. Should we try again? Let's try that again. Right, this time. This time. I think, see, that was a practice run. Right, master key on. Into forward. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. That's me. Train brake. Okay. What? Yeah, we'll try that again. Where's where would the brakey switchy thing be then? To differentiate between the brakey modes. Loco brake. Oh, wipers. There's nothing else around here. What's that? Instrument lights. The one which says the brakey switchy thing. Well, that's I'm looking for that. Brake selector switch. We want vacuum, don't we? We want air. Air brake passenger. That's what we want. Right, we should actually stop now. Right, we'll try that again. Right, we should have brakes this time. Maybe. Which is better, vacuum or air? Air, I'm guessing? Because they run off the compressor, aren't they? Right, do the slowy down thing. Otherwise we're doing the speeding thing. It depends if you're hoovering the carpet. I find the vacuum's better. There's a train coming in. Right, at least we get to hear some more of the 37 do the thing again when the speed does the thing. Thankfully we only got it to the first stop before I realised I couldn't do the braking. That's fine, it makes the stream a little bit longer. Some say not necessarily a good thing. Right, let's do the going thing then. Doing good today. I had my little, I would say I had my Henry out this morning, but I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I had my Dyson out this morning. Little poo. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Thanks very much for the follow. Yeah, that's extra. That's extra points. If you get to say that not only did I run a red light, but I run a red light going backwards. Oh yeah, cordless Dyson animal thing, whatever it is, because you know I've got a budgie. Who I was surprised after the amount of feathers on the floor, had any feathers left. Little poo, yeah. The thing about getting this game, is it worth it? It is awesome, absolutely fantastic. With graphics like this and audio like this and routes available like this, yes. 100% yes. From a immersion point of view, the best train sim there is. Just get it, don't hesitate. Indeed. Just do it. You don't get this line as standard though, by the way. This is a DLC, which is also available to be linked. Right, we're heading again toward... No, not that one. That one. We're heading again towards... but the DLC is actually really good as well. But yeah, it's a really good route, this. Right, we're heading... I was trying to do a thing. We was heading towards... I've done the one ready for tonight as well. Anyway, what am I doing? Heading towards St. Earth again. But hopefully this time we'll stop. Yeah, the truck. There you go. St. Earth worms. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, trucking tonight in ETS2, carrying on in Scandinavia. I'll be in a nice Scania G series with a whopping 370 horsepower. I know. Tomorrow, crossed fingers, Farm Sim 22 on a new farm. I've got a feeling I can have a late night tonight, setting up the aforementioned new farm. And then back on Tuesday night with more train sim. Wednesday, I think we've decided, is going to be construction sim. Thursday is the R game. Only if I get lucky in the next few hours, Hawklin. Next Friday night, we're going to try Forza. Saturday lunchtime, more train sim World 3. Where we're going to be on the Cathcart Circle line next Saturday in readiness for the release of the upcoming route, which is going to be the Glasgow to Edinburgh. And next Saturday night will be something. Right, 2 miles from St. Earth. This time, got to make sure that I actually do the stopping thing. You did say you chose a Renault over a MAN. What's with the bot? Bot has not anything. Right. I'm going to slow down at sort of the mile mark, I think, this time. Okay, we are actually slowing down. Okay, that's a good thing. You'd think they'd set the brakey mode to the right, you know, well, brakey mode, really. Wouldn't you? So this time we're actually going to stop at St. Earth. I actually quite like the Renault T in ETS2. Okay, 500 yards. Okay, well, you bastard. I honestly thought I was going to overshoot that. Okay, no, we'll just do the going forward thing again then. Yeah, the brakes are better now, yeah. There we go. Okay, unlock left. Finally. Right, we've made it to St. Earth. Woo! I've got one... Hang on, I've got any jelly babies left in the pot. Where'd they go? Just got a hunt on the floor. Headlights? Yeah, they're probably a thing. There's a switch around here somewhere. Yeah, don't worry about those then. Lights on the top left. Oh, that's quite a pleasing noise. A downside being, hang on, I got the... I can't get up there because I had track IR turned off. I missed the master switch, did I? Yeah, I turned them all off. There we go. Yeah, track IR, without track IR being on, it wouldn't let me look so far. I don't know why I have track IR off in this. I know I'm late now, it's your fault. Right, stop at Camborne now. There you go, cab light was a bit too bright. Right, Camborne, 6.9 miles. It could be a purple kit. That'd be even more annoying. Who's a purple git? You know, the purple git. Oh, you noticed me turning him down. Yeah, it did kind of happen a bit. He's a nice kid. He you know, he is. But and everyone does it when they first join a stream. They just want to keep talking. And he just got to a point where you just have that, which Crispy was like in Flight the other night. Crispy's like it occasionally. It would just be non-stop. But sometimes sometimes Crispy's quiet. Crispy. Also, when you're concentrating, you talk. Oh, I see. So I go to slow down. Did the council feel that big pothole? What, the one that shut the A419? Yeah. When were we putting our balls? Oh, that! Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we will be doing another jet flight in a couple of weeks' time. Really enjoyed the 737. So we'll be doing that again. Somewhere less busy. Going to find some, or we'll just try and persevere and do it without all the live players on, so there's less people around. Yes, there will be some construction. Well, Shotty didn't say which shop she was going to. Might take a while. It's nearly, you know, once you come to 2 o'clock, that's it. Lunchtime's over. You can't have lunch after 2. That's mid-afternoon snack then. I was at the supermarket at 6:45 this morning. Lunch is 12 till 2 and not a minute later. Exactly. So, evening meal, see? The whole tea or dinner thing. But, you know, regardless of that, you usually have lunch at 11. That's not, that's 11's, that's not lunch. Lunch is 12. 2 trips to the supermarket. Bloody hell. Let me guess, you forgot something the first time. If I haven't eaten by 6 o'clock, that's too late. Yeah, 11's is. These people that can have their evening meal at like 8 o'clock. No! You can't, no. How do you feel on supper? My old man used to like supper. My old man used to have like a few chips. Chip butty or something at like 9 o'clock. Yeah, between 5 and past is normally when I'm eating. Anything after 6 is too late. No, lunch is 11 till 2. Lunch is 12 till 2. Dinner is 5 till 7. Yeah, supper. What time does Donald stop breakfast? 10:30. It's always 10:30. Oh, it's 11 now, is it? I don't know. I haven't been at McDonald's for years. I don't normally do breakfast anyway. At work at 9 o'clock, I have those breakfast biscuit things. And then lunch at exactly 12. At the weekends, I'll have a sausage sandwich on a Saturday morning and Sunday morning, but that's generally about 10 o'clock. But if it came to 12 o'clock and I haven't had breakfast, that's not breakfast anymore, that's lunch. So any time after probably 10:30, I wouldn't bother, I'd wait till lunchtime. Oh, this looks nice now, doesn't it? Now we can see what we're doing. Golden syrup pot. People, it amazes me. Okay, where I work, people come in and then go and have breakfast. They'll get bowls of porridge. They'll go and do a bacon sandwich. One guy's got a toaster on his desk. He'll sit and have some toast. Why not do that? I thought you normally have breakfast before you leave the house. Yeah, do it at home. And then they'll go to lunch. People get like plates of food and sit at a desk with plates and knives and forks. Yeah, he's got a toaster on his desk. And it's just like, there's one guy that pretty much just grazes all throughout the course of the day. I can't even get to eat the sandwiches in peace. Oh, he's on about getting one of those Nespresso coffee machines on his desk. Company secretary's got one in her office. And then was on about bringing a George Foreman grill in. A desk toaster, yeah, probably not a good idea. Oh, it all got pat tested. We had a yearly pat testing done this week. And it was all fine. How big's the desk? He sits in an area that would normally have 4 people in. Now been joined by the boss, so he had the whole 4 desks to himself. So he had a work desk, a food desk, a desk to put out drawings and stuff, and a desk for visitors. But now the boss has moved into one of those desks, and I've got the boss's old desk. He literally had a food desk. You go around there and it's like there's his toaster there. There's little pots of jam on the side. He puts his bread there. He has a plate there and a knife. He wants his own kettle there. It is a very laid back office. Right, we're approaching Camborne. Someone was rubbing themselves up against me yesterday and the boss just laughed. Which I thought was quite amusing. 4 desk Dave. Yeah. Did I enjoy it? He's a 55-year-old fat bloke. No. He was literally, he came over and I was sat in my chair, he put one arm around me and then was rubbing his crotch up against the side of me. And I said to the boss, did you see that? He went, no, didn't see anything. He sits there and goes, I'm going home now to touch myself. It's like, wow, if anybody joined my company that was really politically correct, wouldn't stand a chance. Oh, you scumbag. You're going to make me... Okay. Fine. I've over-braked again. Oh, office moving. Always fun. It's bad enough me moving desks, and I've only moved like 6 feet from where I was. Still not quite settled in. Right, unlock doors. Train don't stop, Campbell, on Wednesdays. Hi, Owen. This does sound good though, doesn't it? Was he bold? As in bold and up front, or as in no hair? If there's no hair, you spelled it wrong. Bald. No, he's got hair. He's a really funny guy. And he used to sit like 2 desks away from me, but now where I'm sat, I've got to look right, and there he is. So he's sat about 4 feet from me. And he's really funny. He's a really, really nice guy, but he does come out with some things. He'll go up to go to the toilet, and he'll go like, yeah, I'm just off to the toilet now, just touch myself. People are like, so, what? Right, Red Ruth is next. How's my Saturday been so far? Fine. Been here for the last 2 hours, pretty much. Right, are we going to move now, train? There we go. Okay, no, a bit of wheel slip, but we'll get going in a minute. Maybe backwards. Yeah, there's one guy in the office though that doesn't like it. He's really just... He'll get up and walk away when the conversation starts getting really weird. I love it when you get gullible people like that in the office. It's really funny. Right, Red Ruth is next. Oh, exactly. And it makes it for an enjoyable environment. You know, you're at work, I'm at work like 10 hours a day nearly. So you've got to have some sort of release, haven't you? You've got to be in an environment that is amusing. And I really enjoy the company I work for. It's really, I love the variety of my job. I really like the people that I work with. And I love the randomness. I love the fact that I'm not, watched. I've got no one, looking over my shoulder. It's really good. Right. 2.9 miles from Red Ruth, and not working weekends, which I spent most of my career, apart from this job, working weekends. No, I don't. So we've got a warehouse the other side of town, which is my responsibility, and I just go over there. No one knows where I've gone. I don't tell anybody where I've gone. I just grab a van and go. So there's no one ever, looking. Where's he gone now? I came back in yesterday. It's like, oh, we wonder where you've been. I've been unloading a van for the last hour and a half. Oh, I've said that a few times in the in a certain area of our building. But yeah, I think that's why there are certain people, when you employ someone, when you interview someone, which is when I've interviewed people for years, and the environment I used to work in, there are only a few of us, and you've got to, if you're spending 10 hours a day in a building with someone, you've got to know that you're going to get on with them. So at the interview stage, I would just be me, and this is me. There's a song in there somewhere. So I would just be me, and I've been told that my interview technique is really random. But by being really random, and by being quite, well, not just interviewee and asking questions, you then get the genuine person out of who you're interviewing. So you relax them instantly. And you then, I never interviewed people, you'd mention the job and the hours and all that sort of stuff, but then you just chat. And it's at that point then, you need to find out whether you can work with that person, and you can spend sometimes 8 hours in the branch, as I used to have to do, with that person, just the two of you. And there are times then when you're not doing stuff, you're sat in the office, you've got to just chat. And if you're employing someone that you don't want to don't feel comfortable chatting to, there's no point employing them. And I would know within the first probably minute of interviewing someone whether I was going to get on with them or not. And to a certain degree, it also works with the streams. So it's the same as you lot watching the streams. You'll either get the randomness of me or the people that join in with the streams, and you'll go, yeah, this is, I can listen to this idiot waffle on about crap for hours. I'll have a bit of this. Or you won't. And the people that join in with the streams, and certainly the people that stay around in the streams, I have people in the streams that I can chat to, and that's the key thing, because I'm then inevitably sat chatting to them for a long time, and so that's key. And they wouldn't be here if they didn't think that they could chat the other way around. So it works the same way. You've got to get on with the people you're spending the time with. Don't stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, you bastard. No. Come on. The brakes are too bloody good on this now. How'd that go? Not very well. Yeah, but you'd get used to the braking, wouldn't you? It comes with experience, doesn't it? And you get more of a feel. You don't really get a feel for it virtually, do you? That's the one thing that's lacking. You can see it slowing down, but you don't get a feel for it slowing down. That's the difference between doing this in a simulation and doing it in real life. But isn't this lighting really, really nice? By a motion seat then. I've not trouble getting this seat in the gap I've got to get it into. Every time you have to treat it like the first time. There's a song lyric in there somewhere as well. Right, passengers are getting on and off at Red Ruth, heading towards St Austell as we are. If we eventually get to St Austell, we should be a while away yet. We got Truro and St Austell. Was that it? Oh, 20, what's 42, we're due it, so another 40 minutes, yeah? Oh, blimey, yeah, okay, that'll be about right. Right, 7.5 miles to Truro. Come on. No, don't give me the wheel slip thing. Come on. There we go. all about being gentle. I've been to Oakhampton. It's quite nice. I do like Cornwall. 108 quid return. If it wasn't changing twice by train getting down there, I think that would be not a bad day out, would it? A long day, but you wouldn't get much time in Penzance. We'll have to have a discussion, Russell. See if we can do something, or whether I could do something to have a look around the place where you do your thing. Right, so 7 miles to Truro. Yeah, I thought there was something non-stop that came from here, went down to Penzance. I'm sure there used to be a direct Paddington to Penzance service. Or does it not come this way? Does it go round Castle Carey? Does it come that way? Changing at Bristol isn't a problem. Yeah, I actually booked tickets to go to Neen Valley next Saturday because they got the Ride the Pacer thing, but I'm probably not going to go because the weather's going to be bloody awful. I think that sort of thing's better in the summer. So the money I spent on ticket will support Neen Valley. I haven't got a problem with that. But yeah, I definitely got to do something heritage-wise this year. I want to go on the Romney Hive and Dymchurch, and having now followed them on YouTube, and it's some really good content. It's also the Talaclin. I think that's got to be a must this year. Alright, so we've got a 65. Well, actually, we're doing quite well speed-wise. Blimey, we are going quite quick. We are going downhill, I suppose. Well, yeah, as I said, I'm doing something each month now on a personal level, and we're trying to do something every 2 months from a meetup point of view. So yeah, I definitely want to go out and do something more this year rather than just spending a year sat indoors. At the moment, I don't think my America trip is going to happen this year. From a me point of view, as much as I really want to go, as much as financially I'm able to go, I don't think doing it alone would give me the best experience and the most enjoyment. I'd be reluctant to like leave a hotel if I was doing it alone. So I think that's going to be something for next year, where hopefully I'm not alone. Which does mean that I can do more things this year. Right, slowing down towards Truro. So I'm still going to take some time off at Easter and do something. Stupid question. I'm guessing none of these are still in service, are they? These things are way too old now, I should imagine, aren't they, to be on the main line still? Are there any still running in mainline service? Really? Okay. Oh, blimey. Well, there you go. I stand erected. Well, it's true, I suppose. They got all the safety systems installed, then yeah, why not run them? Blimey. Okay. Well, if it's still doing the job and still capable, then keep them going. Right, so we've got 3.4 miles to Truro. Like you're old but can still work and do your job. Not too old, I'm bloody 20 years before I retire. Yeah, so Truro and then St Austell. Okay, yeah, so it's keeping them going is the thing. Like anything, isn't it? You know, it's until it's no longer cost effective to keep them running is when you'll change something. Same with your car. You know, when you've got an older car and it's no longer cost effective to repair it, you replace it. Same with this, isn't it? They'll keep them maintained as long as they're able to do that, as long as there's a supply of parts. You smell food. You won't have this luxury when you get a door, Crispy. The door will be shut and you'll have all this food deprived from you. He's gone now, isn't he? He's no longer watching. You can smell food. He's gone. It's probably the quickest he's moved all day. You'll have a hatch. Pass me food. What you want to do is get one of those, get a cheap camera off of Amazon, one of those cheap Wi-Fi cameras, set it up in the corner of the kitchen, and then you can have it on a monitor, and then you can just, or have a PIR sensor in the kitchen, so whenever someone goes in there you'll get an alert and you can look at the camera and see what's going on. If there's food being cooked, you go down. Anyway, foodie time. Enjoy, Crispy. But you've ordered the Renault Capture. It's really. .5 miles to Truro. Forget the donuts. Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be food, not the Renault. Yeah, I just never had the inkling for a Renault. I got a curry for tea tonight. Chicken tikka masala. Yeah, I've gone between Citroens and Fords pretty much, apart from two Vauxhalls. There's so many things that the Ford gives me. The quick clear windscreen is the biggest one for me because I'm not having a garage. It lives on the road, so when it's frosty, just that quick clear windscreen, that's enough for me to buy a car. And I'm just a fan of the 1.6 diesel. Right, in we come to Truro. Yeah, but surely you could have just got a bank loan for the same amount at a lower interest rate. Job done. They actually get really good reviews, the Cupra. Right, into Truro. It's a Volkswagen Group in it. Seat, Skoda. Yeah, on my list I've had the Fiesta. Because I've had three Fiestas. But if I was going to have a bigger car, it would be an Octavia VRS. I did actually stop in the right place. I don't know how I stopped in the right place, but I did. The penultimate stop and I get it right. It ain't going to last till the last stop. I hear a train. I see a train. 101 coming in. Just looks so real, doesn't it? Ish. Excuse me. What's going on there? Thank you. Right, lock doors. Right. Go via as indicated. Okay, we've got a green. Right, brakes off. Do it properly this time, shall we? We'll wait for the brakes to release. Hey, look at that. I'd even say that was probably smooth for the passengers as well. Because, you know, we like smooth. You can't deny that it doesn't look good. Oh, God, no. Right, so 3.8 miles to our go via point, and then we're St Austell, which we're not due out for another 20 minutes. Oh, this thing just sounds so good. Yeah, so we get tonight back with some trucking in about 4 hours time. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, about 4 hours between, yeah, four and a half hours time. Back with some ETS2 carrying on in Scandinavia, going to explore some new roads. And then tomorrow lunchtime, back on the farm. Well, back on a farm. Could be a new one. Could be the Elm Creek extension. We will see. Yeah, then some other things next week. Trains on Tuesday and some other things. I really want to put in some Portal 2 multiplayer as well. That's got to happen. I've got to finish Portal 1. I've got those last 2 levels of Portal 1 to do. That's okay. That's dark. That's okay. That's definitely dark. Yes, Portal 2's finished now, and God, it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That's why I want to do something else. I have suggested that I put a change to the streams, so that we do on a Tuesday, first stream of the week is single player, Wednesday multiplayer, Thursday single player, Friday multiplayer, Saturday lunchtime single player, Saturday night multiplayer, Sunday afternoon multiplayer. So I do single player streams on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday lunchtime. So 3 single player streams each week. So trains on a Tuesday, trains on a Saturday lunchtime, something on a Thursday night. That may be the plan. Because there's a game like Portal 2 with a similar sort of humour that I really want to try doing. Yeah, I'd love to find something else like As Dusk Falls, something where you have the interaction, because that was really good. I don't know if it'd be the same if I did it again. Those sort of things are only good the first time round, aren't they? Because it's all new. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know where the storyline was going to take us. But yeah, I like those storyline based things. So maybe, I don't know, maybe after my birthday in February, I'll start putting a change to the streaming schedule. That's only 3 weeks away. Blimey, it's the fastest we've gone, look, 70. No, keep up, Russell. 24 this year. '23 was last year. Right, we've got a mild, so we've got a red. I don't know why it's set to go via here. It seems a weird place to have one. Oh, now we've got a green, okay. Right, so 9 miles to St Austell. I mean, last decade. What, for 23? No. Oh, it does look so good. I really wish we had longer routes in Train Sim World 3. I really wish they did it. Give us a couple of hour route. We're not talking, I don't want to do 5 or 6 hours. 2. I think 2 hours would be quite nice. We all want things to be longer. Yeah, we do. I just think there'd be too much of a crossover then between this and Train Sim Classic. There's such a huge market for Train Sim Classic. But even as I said earlier, you know, if they did, like, I don't know, Reading to Bristol on the Great Western Main Line, and then there was an option to go, oh, actually, have you got the other one? Yes. Oh, in that case, then you can now do this scenario of doing Paddington to Bristol, or like here, as you said earlier, if they did St Austell to Plymouth, so you know, taking you down into or Exeter to St Austell or something, and there you go. Actually, you've got the Cornwall Local. Yeah, okay. In that case, you can then do Exeter to Penzance. Well, yeah, even if it was that, even if it was, right, yeah, okay, so you can get out and then get into a train that's sat there and take that down to Eastbourne or whatever, yeah. I think, again, it's that time thing, isn't it? I think it's that magic hour. I think they must look at the actual length of the routes and go, right, an hour. What's an hour from Penzance? St Austell. Right, we go to St Austell. Rather than go, actually, a couple of more stops, we'd be in Plymouth. But no, because that'd probably take you to an hour and a half. And that's too long. I think that's why we're just getting these, you know, if you look at them, they're all an hour. We're getting, you know, Edinburgh to Glasgow, what's that, 50 minutes? London to Brighton to London's 50 minutes, an hour. Yeah, it'd be brilliant. It would be really good. But, you know, we're getting more content. We're going to get something each month. So by the end of the year, we'll have a lot of stuff in this. Right, flat out, 32 mile an hour uphill. Yeah, I've got no plans to stop doing Train Sim or Train Sim World 3 content. They're both staying. The only time Train Sim World 3 won't appear this year is when I'm not here on a Saturday. But then what I'll probably do is do it on the Thursday. So 1 in 4 Saturdays, like the one in 4 weeks' time. Because there won't be a stream. Yeah, definitely won't be a stream Saturday lunchtime. Saturday night, maybe. Depends on the time I get back from London. Friday night, I've got the idiots here. So probably won't stream on the Friday night. But I'm off on the Monday. So what I'll do is I'll do 2 streams on the Sunday. I'll do something Sunday lunchtime, so maybe do the Train Sim World on a Sunday lunchtime, and then we'll do something Sunday night. Yeah, so if I'm not doing the States now, I'll organise something for April. There's going to be the Insomnia Gaming Festival. I think that's on in Birmingham. But I think there's going to be lots of stuff going on railway-wise over Easter. So I think that could be quite good. We did Insomnia a couple of times. It was okay. It was more for somewhere to go rather than a destination. It was more of a just, oh, Insomnia's on, let's meet up there. I think the second time we went, in about 2 hours, we'd done everything. We'd walked around it all. It wasn't that fantastic. But I'm sure there's going to be loads of stuff going on over Easter. Yeah, I don't think, Nico, that the M2, or you haven't got an M2 slot in your PC. Might be able to upgrade your RAM, which we're going to do anyway. So it's only going to be a hard drive SSD thing, which is going to be simple because in theory, just add an SSD in and you just install the games on there. So it ain't going to take long to do at all. So we haven't got to do a complete Windows reinstall. We'll just add in a drive. That'll take like 10 minutes. Yeah, for gaming, you don't want to do anything on an external drive. No way. Hi, Ethan. Right, 3.7 miles to St Austell. Where we will then come to an end. Yeah, a really enjoyable line this is. I know I'm only going slowly. I don't really care. Thrash it. Does sound good. Does sound really good. I was trying to go slowly and make the stream last longer, but you know, it's fine. We've stopped at a closed station. That's handy. Obviously, something in front of you causing you delays. Apply the loco brake a little, really? Oh, see, that sounds good. Bit of China in your hands. We know a song about that. Am I driving this train? Well, the train you're on, probably. Yeah, just no. I would have overshot the station, wouldn't I? Like what may have slightly happened earlier. Eating complete. What was the food, Crispy? I didn't overshoot. I completely missed it. Yeah. Look, you're supposed to be on my side here. Hey, spadding backwards is an art. Sausage and bean melt, Pringles, custard donut, and a little chocolate biscuit thing. Blimey! In other words, Mum's been to Iceland. Right, we are approaching St Austell. I need to do an Iceland shop, actually. I might do that for tomorrow morning. You just eat a complete vanilla cheesecake. I can't remember the last time I had cheesecake. Cheesecake. Why do you mention food after I've been shopping? Yeah, actually, I think I've got some sausage and bean. No, I haven't. I ate them. I've got some sausage rolls in the freezer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spad. We're gonna spad. Spad is gonna happen. Maybe not. Okay. Yep. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. A few what? Oh yeah, stuff in the air fryer. I did a casserole last Sunday, which I ate for 3 days this week. I'm going to do another one tomorrow, which means more vegetable intake. I must be ill. Did I put the loco brake off? No, I didn't. You didn't tell me to turn it off. You said to put it on. I didn't put casserole in the air fryer. No. In the slow cooker. Unlocking doors. Right, we have arrived at the rather sunset-like St Austell. And Plymouth is that way. But we can't go there because Trains in World said, nope, we're not going as far as Plymouth. So yeah, next week we're going to do the Cathcart Circle line, get us up into Scotland, because the week after that there'll be the release of the Edinburgh to Glasgow, Glasgow to Edinburgh, depending which way around you're going. So we'll be doing that. How's the yellow substance coming on? Banana. I ate all the bananas. Had one a day. They're very nice. Oh, I've got a Jamaican ginger cake in the cupboard and some custard. Is that classed as a late lunch? I could have that. Right, locking doors. Is it in date? I think so. Oh yeah, the Lions one. So there we go. We did St Austell to Penzance in the 150, and then did Penzance to St Austell, not Paddington, in the whatever the hell that was. 37? 37. Train thing. You know, the train thing. That one. So yeah, next time we will do the that one, the Cathcart Circle line, where we can use the 314, and then we could also use the 37 again if you want to do, or do something. Or 66 sounds quite nice, doesn't it? We'll maybe use that next week, and then a week after that we will have the Edinburgh to Glasgow to Edinburgh thing, and then we'll try and go back into some of these things in some sort of order, but you know, it probably won't happen the week after that. So there we go. We will end there. There will be more trains back on Tuesday night in Train Sim Classic, where we'll be departing York and heading north towards Edinburgh. I don't think we'll get that far though. But the next stream is back in, well, less than 4 hours time, with some trucking. So in ETS2 in Scandinavia, where I'll be in a Scania G class, heading north with some idiots. And then tomorrow, lunchtime, farming from a farm, potentially a new farm, if we can get it set up after the stream tonight. So there we go. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours. And to these idiots as well. Awesome Steve, that's my name. To Crispy, Larwood, Nightbot and Shorty for doing sod all. Thanks, I guess. To Little Pooh for having a little poo. And to Shorty and Connor for resubscribing. Thank you very, very much indeed. 26 months and 10 months. That's a lot of months. I will be back then with him and then some other people in the trucks later on in about 4 hours. So, either just sit there and watch the screen for 4 hours and wait for me to reappear, or go and do something else, but come back. If you don't come back, I'm just going to end up talking to Crispy, and no one needs that in their life. I'll be back then, 4 hours time. Until then, bye!